Now, a name that you see an awful lot helming or producing loads of top tunes is that of my guest who's here to talk about something slightly different now and very exciting. Bernard Butler. Hello, Bernard.
Hi, Stuart.
How are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm good. I was trying to think when the first time we spoke would have been. It's a terrifyingly long time ago, you know, now.
1992 in a pub in Islington Green, opposite the screen on the green.
Wow.
Upstairs, back table by the window. You didn't speak to me.
I didn't speak to you? Why not?
Oh, I don't know. We're too busy talking about blouses and stuff like that, you know, at the time. And
you know what?
Silky shirts.
I did talk to you, but I think I'd been told by some press officer.
Yeah.
Oh, Bernard's very shy, so don't worry if Bernard doesn't talk.
Don't touch him. Don't touch him just in case.
Exactly.
Yeah, very dark, yeah. Enigmatic. Yeah.
Wow, your
Sleeps
memory.
with his guitar.
That's
don't
right.
touch him.
Sleeps with the guitar. Don't talk.
Yeah.
No, I think I did talk to you. Oh,
yeah.
Was it when I came in with that electric hand buzzer? Did that put you off? That comedy hand buzzer?
Yeah.
Wow,
the comedy breasts on your T-shirt put me off, yeah.
Your memory of this is extraordinary, Bernard.
That just came back to me instantly.
Did
then.
it?
So, yeah, don't worry. There's nothing else. Nothing else at all.
Well, I can think of probably a few down the years. There was
no.
There was a cafe somewhere when...
Cafe?
Yes.
No, I don't use cafes. I'm from North London. Calves.
No, but I remember, because back then you were in a group who a lot of people were talking about. The Swaders, I think they were called.
Yeah.
No, happy days, eh?
Yeah.
You, I noticed, well, I don't know about studiously avoided or whether you just didn't have much to say or nobody rung you, but when there was all the hoo-ha last year about 20 years of Britpop, you sort of kept your powder dry on that, didn't you?
Yeah, it's just all a bit depressing, really, isn't it? I always hated that name as well, Britpop. It was always just a bit Daily Star, wasn't it?
It was. You know what? That might be my fault, but it might not be.
Oh, well, there you go.
Well, it might be my fault, but again, when people say to me that, I always think, well, someone must have said it about the Hollies, mustn't they? In the 60s, it's not like an amongst amazing conjunction. But I do see what you mean. Yeah, it is a little bit. It is a little bit.
And there's awful lot of bad music around then as well. You know?
There was, and I know that you particularly, not you didn't make bad music, but I know that, I mean, no band wants to be in a scene, but I think you and the guys were particularly not wanting it to be used in conjunction with you, which I understand because you were your own thing, really, weren't you?
Well, a little bit before that as well. And
you were, that's right.
And then by the time it all kicked off, I just stayed in bed for the next 3 years.
You did?
Really, I just stayed indoors. I was scared.
Were you?
Yeah, I just didn't want to go. Oh, it was horrible, yeah.
Well, what? Scared of what? The publicity, the attention, the hoo-ha?
No, I just found it embarrassing. Didn't really like a lot of the music.
Yeah.
And the sort of, the way it's very, I don't know, very in your face, and the flag waving, all that kind of stuff. I just didn't like it. It was all very arrogant and cocky, and it wasn't really for me.
I think in that you had a lot in common with the other great young British guitarist of the era, Graham Coxon, who equally I don't think was very happy with it all. Maybe it's guitarists. Yeah,
probably. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, he was probably felt the same, but he was much more in the middle of it, obviously, at that point.
Yeah. Well, that was then, and since then, maybe we should leap before we go into anything else, right up to date, and say that you're here because it's always lovely to talk to you. But McAlmont and Butler are going back on the road.
Yeah, back on the road. Well, not a very long road, but it's still a road.
It's a 7-part road, if that makes sense. Dublin, Glasgow, Manchester, the Ritz, the best place to see a gig, I think, in Britain.
Is it? Great.
Have you not played there before?
I don't know.
You must have.
Probably. Maybe?
Proper old school rock ballroom. It's brilliant. Birmingham Institute, Bristol Academy and London Roundhouse. More info at mcalmontandbutler.co.uk. What has occasioned this? I know you did some charity gigs last year, didn't you?
We did a couple of shows last year. What happened is I was running the London Marathon.
Yes.
For a centre called the Bobar Centre, which a friend of mine is the director of, showed me round, and it was an amazing place, and I really wanted to do something. And then I said, oh my God, I've got to raise all this money. And so I thought, who's the best bet to raise some cash? I thought David. So I phoned David and said, should we do something, play in a pub or something, send the hat round and stuff. And then it sort of got out of hand and they said, oh, if you could play here or you could play there. And we ended up doing a show at the Union Chapel. It sold out really quickly. And then they added a second night. So we ended up doing these 2 nights. And they were just brilliant fun. They were just great fun. Really, they really took us all back. Really, took us by surprise. How sort of celebratory they were. Strange. feeling that when I was on the stage, I'm slightly removed from the music and almost part of the audience. And it's probably the only music that I've made where I've really felt like that, where I almost like slightly removed and looked out and just thought, God, I feel like I'm just playing, a tape. Something, this is, and it just felt really great to look out, something really uplifting and celebratory about it. So we loved it. We had the Magic Numbers, Romeo from the Magic Numbers was playing bass for us, and Angela and Michelle singing. Brilliant band, strings, and it was just a great laugh. And everyone straight away afterwards, we all went to the pub and said, "Look, can we do that again?
Let's do it again." Yeah,
and that's all it's about, really. So, and we always meant to. We never sort of had any split up or anything like that. We just never got round to doing stuff. I was doing other things, and David is. And,
that's interesting. So it wasn't. This isn't a reforming because you've never split up in a sense.
Really, no. I mean, we have done shows, and it's strange. When we did this last year, we did shows a few years before that where I just played with David all the time, and no one really cared that much. And then last year, when this happened, for some reason, just people just like, oh my God, that would be great. Yeah. And so, and I think so. It was a really nice thing. And we just want to do it again, and we've got the first record we made, The Sound of McCallum and Butler, is
coming out again.
I've been trying for 3 years to get a reissue going from that. You've got no idea how complicated it's been to get that reissued. It's currently these guys called the 1p Album Club are on Twitter, and they alerted me to the fact that you can buy that album for 1p on Amazon. Right. And what a ridiculous thing that was.
That is ridiculous.
And many other great albums that you can buy. Right. And so we went to the record company and said, look, come on, let's just put this out again, do it properly. And they're like, no, sorry, mate, it's still on sale. And I was like, well, how can it still be on sale? It's 1p. And they're like, sorry, mate, that's the rules. It's still on sale. That's the official line. Still on sale. So it's taken us 3 years to get them to say, well, yeah, just because it's, let's put a package together. So we're going to, do it all again and write notes and do all sorts of nice things. And these shows are going to come just after that.
So the shows are in November. You're starting on Sunday the 1st in Dublin, then Glasgow, Manchester, Birmingham, Bristol, London. And the tickets go on sale this Friday, the 6th of March. They go on sale at 9 a.m.
That's right, yeah.
And I'm guessing if you go to McCallum and Butler, you can find out all about it. And there's going to be a third McCallum and Butler record, isn't there?
Well, we wrote one about 10 years ago, and then just sort of went off the boil a bit. No one was interested, and we weren't interested, and it just got a bit boring. And but it's one of those things that I've just had on my iPod or phone or whatever for the last 10 years, and once a week.
So it was all done. It was all done.
Well, it's all written and demoed. But I'm the only one who's got it. Right. I don't think David's even got it.
Okay.
But I just every week I just sort of get out a song and think, oh, I like this, and then I forget about it again. And then after a few years of doing that, you start thinking it's a bit ridiculous having all this music that no one gets to hear except for me. And then I mean, part of me really likes that, the fact that I've got this and it exists, and no one even knows about it. Yeah. But yeah, I always intended to get round to doing it, and I just doing other things. Yeah. So I'm going to try I think part of the process of doing these shows will probably force me to get my act together and finish it off. This year. So we'll try and get it done for next year or something. Okay. I don't know. Yeah.
When you say you've been doing other things, the doing other things, there's been a lot of producing. I was with Ben Watt the other weekend, and of course you did Hendra with Ben. Yeah. Do you pick and choose? How does it work with that? Do you pick and choose what you want to do, or do people phone you up? What happens?
I mean, with Ben, I was playing guitar, and that was actually the joy of it, that I wasn't producing, and I was just in a room with a bunch of brilliant musicians just playing guitar. And actually, I've been touring with Ben for about nearly 2 years. Yeah. All over the place, just me and him, and that's been brilliant fun. He just came to me and the two of us met at this someone's miserable rainy barbecue and just started moaning about guitars and stuff, and then Ben came and played me these songs, and I just started playing along, saying, well, I think this would be good on it, and he said, cool, let's just go and do it. And that's pretty much how that happened. And I mean, with producing and writing, people just come to me, ask me to do stuff, and I just generally don't like it. Right. Or just think, well, would I listen to this? Yeah, yeah. And most of the time I won't, 'cause I don't listen to many. If I had 2 records a year that I really love, I think that's a real result.
Well, I know what you mean.
I mean, I think there's so much music going on all the time that goes over my head. But so I really try, and also see where I can fit in. Sometimes I can see that something good, but it's not totally right.
Yeah.
And you have to find a place for yourself to fit into it.
Sure.
Is
it like watching someone put up a shelf? Do you sometimes, when you're producing someone, if they're trying to nail a guitar solo or a bit, do you want to go, oh, come here, let me do it?
I mean, 99% of the time, part of the challenge is to avoid that. And then that 1% is when they go to the toilet. Put it that way.
And they come back and they go, hang on, what's this? I don't remember recording this.
It's more. I've played more drums than I have played guitar on records that people know. Yeah, that's the point where they would really draw the line. Say, hang on, mate, you're not doing that. You can play the guitar, son, but leave those drums alone.
Maybe I could do the vocals on this one.
Yeah, I've done all sorts. Yeah.
With you, it was the Smiths, wasn't it? Wasn't it growing up listening to the Smiths that made you?
I did, yeah.
Play along to?
Yeah, absolutely. 1983 to 1987, I was 13 to 17. Yeah, it's the perfect trajectory for the Smiths fan, Yeah, and there's everything about it was perfect for me. The fact they've never reformed is perfect for me. The fact they made that little pocket of unbelievable music, the artwork. Johnny obviously is a huge influence on me. Still is. Is still a brilliant guy and still makes. It's brilliant inspiration.
He's a lovely man. Is it right that you picked up all the Smiths tunes by ear?
I mean, I learned
because this is before tab on the internet, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I just used to buy the record on a Monday afternoon after school, go home and learn it, listen to it once and just learn it, and that was how I did it. And then, about 15 years later, he said, yeah, actually, it's not quite that. Not quite got it yet there, Bernard, And
because they are
most of them I got right, actually.
They are tricky parts to get right by ear, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. But I mean, I think you get when you get into a group, you get into the artwork, the haircut, the guitar, the whole thing. And I think once you get into the spirit of something, you start to understand the personality of a guitar player. Once you understand that, then you start slipping into every song. So I think it's that entry point of learning something that's quite tricky, getting the sort of the instinct for it and the character.
Here's some unsolicited positive testimonials for you, Bernard.
That's what I want.
Graham Brown, what a duo. I'm assuming this is referring to Maconie and Butler, not me and you, although I think this is going quite well. What a duo. There's not many better out there. Yes, for me, was the song of the 1990s, says Graham. Yeah. Well, that's coming up in a moment. Kilco says, Bernard Butler and Darren Campbell back on the road. Excellent. And Richard Doherty says, this is the first time I've been excited about a gig since I was 15.
Oh, for God's sake. Come on. I can give you a list. There's got to be something else going on. We'll go out. I mean, I don't go out very often anyway, but there must be something else.
What do you do? Do you watch
on.
telly? Did you read?
Yeah, I watch telly. Yeah, I love telly.
Do you? Did you like Wolf Hall?
Yeah, I did like Wolf Hall.
I loved it.
I haven't seen the last one yet.
Oh, gosh,
so don't spoil the ending, all right?
Bernard, you've got to watch it.
I've got it on tape.
It's the most gripping, affecting hour of television you'll see in a long time.
I'm waiting. Yeah, my wife's got a broken foot at the moment, and so she's on the sofa for 6 weeks, sapping up all the TV. So she watches all the things during the day, and then it's like, well, we've watched that, so I've seen it. And I'm like, well, I haven't seen it. Yeah, just because you were there anyway.
Yeah.
So get well soon, dear.
Said with real feeling, Bernard.
Yeah.
Is she listening now? If she's listening now, and she should be, frankly.
You know what? She's been through it, so yeah, give her a cuddle six music.
Yeah, well, we're kind of sending out a virtual cuddle, but let Bernard watch the last episode of Wolf Hall. It's really good. And if you've got an injured foot, you could perhaps in a minor way relate to the plight of Anne Boleyn. Well, not in a massively minor way. No, I know, that's slightly an exaggeration. Grumpy old Dan says, I've never heard Bernard Butler interviewed before, and after just 1 minute, he's my new favourite person.
Oh, that's going to end really quickly. I get really boring.
You seem on. Now I think back to that pub in Islington, and how miserable and grumpy you were with me. You're nothing like that now.
Yeah, I just didn't know. I didn't wear many blouses and stuff. That's all. I didn't really. I couldn't spell androgyny and stuff. I just wanted to talk to you about New Order and fact numbers. That's all I was ready to talk about. I'd spent 10 years waiting to talk about fact numbers, and here we were talking about Slade. And it was just really gutting.
Oh, so Bernard, I feel really personally bad now about this. Let's try. Okay. No, you're right. No, you were quite intense about music. I remember that, and that was good. That was a good thing.
But the thing is, the thing is, here we are.
Here we are.
We we've made it.
We have.
We've made it, and that's the weird thing. I mean, you know, I didn't think you'd made it, quite frankly, and you know, you definitely didn't think I'd be here. Let's face it.
Well,
you know,
yeah.
I didn't either.
Well, there you go. It's a bit like that Barry Manilow song, "We Made It Through the Rain," isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know there's a personal favourite of yours, Ben?
Bazza, yeah, definitely, yeah.
Bernard, it's been an absolute delight to talk to you.
Yeah, thank you.
When you're up here for the Ritz gig,
Yeah,
come in,
I will.
and we'll paint the town red.
that'd be great. I love coming to Manchester.
Great. Well, no, it is really genuinely lovely to
You're
talk
in
to
Manchester.
you. I am in Manchester. No, I am in Manchester.
Hang on, you're Salford, aren't you?
No, at least it's the...
Isn't it?
No, I
Is
better
it?
not say that. Salfordians get very angry, but it's pretty much the same place.
Yeah. Well, even I know that.
Yeah, of course you do. McCalmontandButler.co.uk. No, McCalmontandButler.uk.
Yeah, because somebody out there's got that one. So cheers,
You're
mate.
joking.
You know, I've been sending them emails for 2 years saying, please, can I have it back? And every Sunday night I get this email saying, transferable but failed. And so, thanks, mate. You're out there sitting on that domain name. What exactly are you going to do?
What are you going to do with it?
Well, yeah, exactly. How many McCalmont and Butlers are there?
I regret registering it now, to be honest. McCalmontandButler.uk to find out more. Friday at 9, you can buy tickets for the tour dates, which are in November, Sunday the 1st till the 7th.
David was going to be here, by the way. He's in Germany singing with a saxophone player.
That seems great lengths to go to avoid talking to me, to be honest.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, but he'll be listening to us. So be kind to him. And,
Fantastic.
You know.
I will. It's been really lovely to talk to you, Bernard.
Yeah, and you. Thanks.
All right. See you soon.
All right. Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.